The history of Mongolia is rich and spans thousands of years. Here is a brief overview of the major periods and events in Mongolian history. Ancient and prehistoric times. The earliest known human inhabitants of Mongolia were nomadic hunter-gatherers who lived in the region around 850,000 years ago. The Xiongnu Empire, a powerful nomadic confederation, emerged in the 3rd century BCE and controlled vast territories in Central Asia, including parts of present-day Mongolia. The Xiebe, another nomadic group, succeeded the Xiongnu and established a state in the region during the 1st century CE. The Mongol Empire. The most famous period in Mongolian history is the rise of the Mongol Empire in the 13th century under the leadership of Genghis Khan, 1162–1227. Genghis Khan united the Mongolian tribes and embarked on a series of military campaigns, creating the largest contiguous empire in history. Genghis Khan's successes expanded the empire further, including the conquest of China and parts of Europe and the Middle East. The Mongol Empire fostered cultural and economic exchanges across Eurasia known as the Pax Mongolitsa. After Genghis Khan's death, his empire was divided into several khanates, including the Yuan dynasty in China and the Golden Horde in Russia. The Mongolian Khanates. The Yuan dynasty, led by Kublai Khan, ruled over China from 1271 to 1368. This period marked a significant cultural and economic exchange between Mongolia and China. The Golden Horde, based in the western part of the Mongol Empire, controlled territories in Russia and parts of Eastern Europe from the 13th to the 15th century. The Chagatai Khanate, centered in Central Asia, thrived from the late 13th to the 14th century. The Ilkhanate, which encompassed Persia and parts of the Middle East, lasted from the 13th to the 14th century. The Mongolian Empire's decline. By the late 14th century, the Mongol Empire had fragmented into smaller khanates, and Mongolia itself experienced political disintegration. The Ming dynasty of China eventually overthrew the Mongol-led Yuan dynasty, and Mongolia fell under Ming control. This marked the end of Mongolian rule in China. Mongolia under Manchu rule. In the 17th century, Mongolia came under the control of the Manchu-led Qing dynasty of China. Mongolia was organized as a part of the Qing Empire and experienced a degree of autonomy under Mongol princes. However, Mongolia remained largely isolated and nomadic, with the Mongols retaining the traditional way of life. The 20th century. In 1911, the Qing dynasty collapsed, leading to the establishment of the Republic of China. Mongolia took advantage of this political transition and declared independence from China. However, Mongolia's independence was short-lived, as it came under the influence of the Soviet Union in the early 1920s and was subsequently absorbed into the Mongolian People's Republic, a satellite state of the Soviet Union. Mongolia remained under Soviet influence until the late 1980s when political reforms swept across Eastern Europe and the Soviet Union. Mongolia underwent a peaceful democratic revolution in 1990, leading to a transition to a multi-party democracy and market-oriented economy. Since the 1990s, Mongolia has experienced political and economic changes, with increased engagement with the international community and efforts to diversify its economy. Today, Mongolia is an independent country known for its vast landscapes, nomadic traditions, and rich cultural heritage.